Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is in Canada for a meeting with Prime Minister Mark Carney. The leaders are meeting in Halifax before a joint phone conference with their European allies. It's the first leg of Zelenskyy's visit to North America. He's due in the United States on Sunday for talks with President Donald Trump, where the two are set to discuss ending the war. Prime Minister Carney promised Canada would provide Ukraine with more financial support.
We provided military assistance, further military assistance. We're announcing today further economic assistance for Ukraine, $2.5 billion worth of economic assistance that helps unlock financing from the IMF, from the World Bank, from the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, to begin this process of rebuilding.
Russia continues to pound Ukraine with missiles and drones. One person was killed overnight and dozens injured in the latest barrage.
Powerful explosions echoed across Kyiv overnight into the early morning hours. The Russian attack during the holiday season forced Ukrainian families to seek shelter at metro stations. The air raid alert remained in effect for nearly 10 hours, while drones and falling debris slammed into apartment blocks across the city, sparking fires and injuring dozens of people.
There was a strong explosion and the windows started shaking. Our building was hit. Our windows overlooked the next building, and we saw that the windows flew out and the fire started. So we started evacuating. I can't believe the whole world is seeing this and can't stop it. A man was burning, and his scream is still in my ears. I can't believe it.
In the aftermath, officials said hundreds of thousands in the region were left without power, and about a third of the capital was left without heat, as temperatures hovered near the freezing point. It comes on top of ongoing energy outages that have become routine for the capital in the past 2 months, following repeated Russian attacks on energy infrastructure. Ukraine's interior minister said it was a message from Moscow.
The entire center of Kyiv was under attack by drones. We're talking about the fact that the Russian Federation is sending a message, that it is raising the stakes in this war, that it does not want to end this war, that it wants to engulf us in chaos, not only energy-related. It wants to intimidate us at the end of the 4th year of the war. And this is exactly what was done between our holidays, between Christmas and New Year.
As Kyiv prepares for another round of high-profile talks, Russia's war shows no sign of easing.
Marveeva joins us from the Russia Institute. She specializes in conflict and peace studies. Russia launched another big assault on Kyiv overnight. Talks are scheduled for tomorrow. What's the escalation and timing say about Russia's goals here?
First, it is quite normal tactics that both sides escalate while they're talking peace deal, because they are trying to raise their stakes and trying to say, okay, if you do not agree now, we can make you suffer even more. From the second thing is that from the Russian perspective, the attack was the retaliation for the attack which happened in Moscow a few days ago, just before Christmas. One of the generals who worked in the military logistics in the Russian general staff was killed. His car was exploded. The car bomb was put underneath, and he was killed instantly, and there were various injuries around. So this raises the question: which means of conducting war are legitimate or not? is an association in the, not at the front line, but in the capital city of somebody who is going to work. Is it a legitimate means of conducting war? Is it a legitimate means of hitting energy infrastructure? So this raises also quite fundamental questions about what is on and what is not on with the legitimate use of force, whatever the cause it is.
Okay, let's talk diplomacy. On his way to the US, Zelensky's meeting Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney. Will that have any sway on the talks?
I don't think so. Zelensky is trying to strengthen the coalition of European and Canadian partners, those people who support his position on getting maximum concessions from Russia, getting perhaps more weapons, definitely more money. And Canada in that way is a very important destination. Canada has quite a large and very politically active Ukrainian diaspora from the time of the Second World War and even the turn of the 20th century. So it is an important country. Also, Canada has a certain degree of tensions with the United States, so it is seen as a counterbalance to the meeting with Trump, which would be probably the more important one. Zelensky tactics has been all the time to say yes, but. So that's what we're probably going to see again.
So you don't think we're going to get any binding US assurances, just briefly?
Not in such a short time frame, because we don't have even the contours of the fundamental questions on the territories, on NATO expansion or not, and on neutrality of Ukraine. That only has to be negotiated with the Russian side. Before that, all the other issues are hanging in the air right now.
Anna Marveeva from the Russia Institute in London, thank you.
Thank you.